The Midway man is one of 8 snowboarders who will represent Team USA in the upcoming Winter Paralympics.
Yeah, 35-year-old Joe Pleban lost part of his leg to a rare joint disease in 2014. Didn't stop him from pursuing and dominating adaptive snowboarding. Well, the games kick off in Italy a week from today, and Mika Miyashima caught up with Pleban ahead of his Paralympic snowboard debut.
Joe Pleban, thank you so much for joining me this morning. It is such a pleasure, and congratulations, by the way. I know that you're currently in Austria right now, right? Ahead of the Paralympics?
Yeah, yep. Me and the team are out in Kitzbühel, Austria, trying to get our body clocks onto European time and also get a little bit more time on snow before we head to the big show.
So when do you head to Italy, and how are you feeling about the Paralympics coming up?
We head to Venice first, and we'll head there. I think March 1st is when we'll go and actually do the Team USA welcome experience, where you get all the gear and you get fitted for everything. And then from there, we'll head actually up to Cortina, I think March 2nd. And that's where we'll be until we race. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. Honestly, I don't think it's fully hit me yet. Being my first games, I'm still just kind of like on another snowboard trip for the team and trying to train. And I think once we hit that Team USA, like all the pomp and circumstance, then it'll really start to feel real.
I know you nearly made it to the 2022 Beijing Olympics, but something else really special happened around that time. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So back in 2022, going into the Beijing Paralympics, I was kind of in this 3-way tie for the last spot to go to the games. And the whole season had been, I had injuries. I had a false positive COVID test at one World Cup. And so the entire season felt like this uphill battle just to try to get to the games. And it came down to the last World Cup, the last heat, and I ended up missing the spot. So I wasn't going to go to the games, and so happy for my teammates that were able to go and experience that. But at the time, my wife was pregnant with our daughter, and originally the due date was before the games. And so we had this whole plan of, okay, I'm going to be there for the birth of my daughter, and then I'm going to fly to Beijing, and then I'm going to compete in the games. But our daughter decided to hang out a bit longer and went well past the due date to the point where my wife was induced into labor. And because I didn't get to go to the games, I was able to be there. And obviously I'm tracking on my phone, and we're in the hospital, and right as my heat would have been dropping at the games, and I'm watching my friends go into the heat that I would be competing in, the doc comes in and goes, "We got induced labor. We got to start this process." And so I would have gotten a text saying, "Your wife's going to labor," right as I was about to race in Beijing. And instead, I was there in the hospital for the birth of my daughter. It's given me so much peace, but then also so much excitement for this games, because I get to go and my wife and daughter get to come with me. It's interesting, for the longest time, I always thought of the Paralympics as the paralyzed Olympics or the paraplegic Olympics, whatever you want to say, but it's actually, the para stands for parallel. And so we run in parallel with the Olympics. And I really, truly believe that any athlete that is on their way to Milan, to Italy now, for these Paralympic Games, identifies themselves as an athlete more so than they identify themselves by their disability. And I really would love to see that hype and all the excitement that has been going on for the Olympics. Like, we're not done yet. Keep it going for the Paralympics, because we've all been working our butts off to get there, and we're excited to represent our country over there. Yeah.
Well, congratulations again. We are so excited. We'll be watching and, rooting for you. And just congratulations on the huge accomplishment, and the best of luck to you. Joe Pleban, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, and go USA.
Go Joe Pleban. Keep an eye on that name during the Paralympics.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
Such a great guy.
What a great story.
It puts everything in the right perspective.